Hey guys, hope everything's good. Just wanted to do a quick video on a few different topics. Just want to welcome you guys, and I appreciate you guys signing up. For those coming back again, thank you for joining me again. And for those guys who are just starting out, welcome. Super stoked to have you guys. There's a lot of new faces, and I'm really excited about this challenge. I always kind of like have a personal goal of trying to do a better job with each and every challenge. So I tend to try different things and different techniques. And of course, having less guys than women allows me to kind of, here's Coco, you're going to meet him too. Having less guys than women also allows me to kind of pilot different things and see if they make sense to do on a larger scale on the women's side. So we aren't necessarily going to do all the same things as the women. There's a bunch of new things I'm looking at instituting this time. I want to do some live chats with you guys, like set up a time in advance, and we'll create a Zoom meeting. Everybody can just come in and we can just like hang out and talk. And you guys can ask me questions about fitness. Hi Coco, this is oh gross. I know where your tongue has been. This is Coco. You'll also meet Senor Burrito, no doubt, at some point. Our two dogs here. Coco's a rescue. Anyway, I digress as usual. Hello, Coco. So it's okay, man. Okay. Anyway, welcome to Savage and Six. Super stoked to have you guys. I'm actually looking forward to doing the Savage and Six too, because this time I introduced something new, which is of course Savage Gains, and that's kind of like a little bit more of a mass building program. And what I've found, even myself, because what you guys are going to learn is that I'm not perfect. Believe it or not, I'm not perfect, and I'm in this journey with you. And over the last little while, hello Coco. Over the last little while, I've found myself getting complacent. So I tend to train with a lot more high volume and a lot of supersets. So I'm actually piloting the whole gains program, which is just a slightly different program geared towards more muscle mass than the other one. I'm piloting that. I started today. I've got a few videos from that I'm going to be posting below. Thank you, Coco. You're making me look super professional right now. I'm going to be posting below, and yeah, it was a good day. Like I went in, and today was back and triceps. The workout was awesome. Went a little bit heavier than I'm used to going, but still within a controlled tempo and a controlled weight, and it felt good, man. So I mean, as I'm going to talk about later on, motivation is fleeting. That's the one thing I can tell you about fitness. Motivation is fleeting, and I'm excited to be doing the gains program with you guys. Hopefully, put on a little bit more muscle, which will help me functionally. Anyway, I want to talk about just a few really basic things of the Facebook group that we have going on, and these are like pretty obvious, and we never really have any issues with this anyway. But just like general respect. Of course, general respect for me. I will bend over, pardon my expression, I'll bend over ass backwards to make sure that you guys have a good experience and that you're taken care of. And all I ask is that everybody just communicates like adults, and that's almost never a problem. So just just be respectful. Realize that we're small mom and pa, and I am here, and I do give a shit, and I'm gonna absolutely do my best to ensure that you have a good experience doing this. But mostly, never mind me, because I've got pretty big shoulders and I've got thick skin. Just realize that there's a lot of different people doing this challenge. Even in the group of guys that we have a lot of different people from different age groups, different backgrounds. You know what I mean? We've got military, we've got doctors, we've got guys who work in oil and gas, we've got executives, we've got just a really big mix of people who come from different backgrounds, different ethnic backgrounds, and just be a good human. Just treat each other with respect. Realize that everybody has a story, and we're here to pick each other up and not tear each other down, because that's easy to do. Anybody can tear each other down, but just supporting each other and working through our differences, and of course burritos barking at the door again, and just be a good person. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, just be cool. And oh my God, do you want to bring Satan over here? This is sorry, you're gonna see a lot of this guy. Might as well get it over with.
Hi.
Hey, this is Senya, of course.
I'm not Satan. This is Satan.
She's not Satan. This is Satan, but he's not Satan. He's the sweetest dog ever. He's our French bulldog, Senor Burrito. So he likes to bark and act like an idiot whenever I'm doing these videos.
So distracting.
Yeah, you'll see a ton of these guys, a ton of him. So get used to him.
I'm gonna go hide him in the bathroom. I'm distracted with the peanut butter.
Anyway, so yeah, just be nice to each other. Be cool, right? Everybody's here for the same reason, and we all want to keep it positive and work with each other, support each other. That's what it's all about, man. It's it's all about. Not just getting better physically, but mentally, and just going through a little bit of a 6-week journey with each other. Another thing I want to talk about, and I'm going to cover some really basic ground rules. 4 liters of water a day, kind of as a minimum, 4 to 6 ideally. I know at first it seems like it's a lot of water, but it's really, really important. Our body is over 70% water, with our brain being, I believe, upwards of like 90, if not 80% water. So we need lots of water, and we need lots of water to flush out toxins, which includes fat, and to keep good digestion. It's to keep your skin healthy, to keep your brain functioning. If you know, your body typically also receives signals for hunger, hydration signals as being dehydrated as actual hunger. So sometimes your body tells you that you're hungry when you're actually just thirsty. So we want to make sure that you have enough water going through your system to keep you full, keep you hydrated, keep you healthy, keep the fat flushing out, keep the minerals moving around, keep your body digesting well. It's really, really important. 4 to 6 liters of water a day, I highly suggest that you drink during this. And we'll talk about, hello again, Coco. Coco returns. We'll talk about a lot of the rest of this stuff later on in a little bit more detail. But water, 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 water. It's really, really important, guys. I'm going to be doing a couple of different things. I typically take like the first week and a half of the challenge just to cover certain topics with anybody who's new. I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do it a little bit differently. For the next week, I'm going to be constantly pumping out content. But some of the content is going to be in shorter videos, and I'm just going to try to start to create a little bit of a library. I want to still deliver personalized videos to you guys. Yes, Coco. I want to still deliver personalized videos to you guys, but I also want to start building a library, so at some time in the future, I can post the videos inside of a library, and then people who are doing the Savage and Six can access those videos, and then we can talk about kind of more relevant things in the personal one-on-one videos. So I'm going to be pumping out a lot of content. Some of them are going to be applicable to you. Some of them won't. Feel free to watch what you want, watch what you don't want. But just know that the reason why they're not as personalized as these videos is because I'm kind of going to start creating a library. I'm going to start using my brain and organize some of this stuff. So you're going to be getting a lot of videos on a lot of different topics. If you have a topic you want me to talk about, please post it, guys. I love that. And I'm more than happy to do that. Another thing I want to talk to you guys about is I am not a guru. I am not an all-knowing fitness god. And I think that that's a good thing. And I'm going to explain why. A lot of guys on the internet, what am I saying? Some people on the internet will try to act like they know everything and their way is the only way. And the truth of the matter is that science is constantly evolving and constantly emerging. And what we learn on a daily basis is that everything we knew yesterday is absolutely wrong. So I think it's important to keep an open mind, and I think it's important not to follow people who say this is the way, this is how it is. I think it's important to observe scientific scientific methods, in the sense that that papers are produced, studies that are done, talk about those, but just know that we know nothing about anything, and that includes nutrition. I know that that's not what you want to hear from your trainer, but if you don't want to hear, we don't know anything about anything, but I'm going to prove to you that that's kind of true throughout the course of this challenge. So it's going to be interesting. And one thing that, the reason why I say that, and the reason why I try to stay so humble in terms of, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I've been working out for a long time. I know a lot about a lot, but that constantly changes, and I don't know everything. Anybody who tells you they know everything, anybody who acts like this is the way, this is how it is absolutely wrong. So everything that I talk to you guys about is open for open discussion and just friendly debate. I'm going to friendly because as soon as you start getting negative or you attach emotion to something, just because you don't agree with somebody else, it gets squirrely and it goes off topic and people's emotions get involved. So we want to avoid that, but we want to encourage meaningful, thoughtful conversation about anything that you don't understand or that you have a different opinion on. And then ultimately what it'll come down to is we can discuss it as a group and work through it. I'm not a guru. I don't know anything. And don't listen to anybody who tells you that they know everything, because Senyi knows everything. I read a lot, guys. And I'm constantly, checking out articles. And it's part of my job to stay informed. So I try to do that in the best way possible, but nobody knows everything. So you're going to hear me talk about things very, very subjectively, because things are constantly changing. And I'm going to prove that to you as we go with different studies. Anyway, I'm not a guru. I'm more of kind of like a guy who's going to guide you through this, and a guy who's going to kind of, I make the workouts, sure, but I just want you guys to think of me as more of a I consider myself more of a facilitator. I'm not, this is how it is, and I am a genius. I know a lot about a lot, but I don't know everything, and everything that I know constantly changes. And I think that's important. And I think you should always do your own research, and I think you should always question studies. And I think that you should stay informed. I think that that's your best weapon in attaining your physiological goals, and just in life in general, whether it's about fitness or whether it's about anything else. It's just about constantly learning. To really succeed at something, bite into it. Read studies, read articles, but also be what's the word I'm looking for here? Be critical. Be critical and challenge things, but challenge them in a productive manner. Okay. Anyway, blah blah blah. I want to talk to you guys about stretches. You're going to notice that everybody has assigned cardio before you go to work out. And the reason for that is I really believe that it's important to kind of warm up the body doing cardiovascular exercise before you start lifting heavy weight. And some of that can be in plyometrics, whatever. I just tried to simplify it for you guys by saying this is your located cardio. Now, as one of my main points, and something that you're going to hear a lot from me, because I don't do any of that cardio. I do none of that cardio. Do you want to know why? Because I freaking hate it. I hate it I don't like running. I do love skipping. I love skipping. Did a little bit of kickboxing, a little bit of boxing in my background. So I do love skipping. But my cardio is substituted out. I do a lot of bag work and I do a lot of jujitsu. I'm new to jujitsu. But I love it, and that's where I get my cardio from, because cardio should not be a life sentence. So here's what I say. Anything that's written there, like if you have 15 minutes of rowing and you want to replace that with 15 minutes of any other activity that is equal caloric burn or more of a caloric burn, I totally recommend you do that. If you play, if you play hockey on the weekends, which is obviously it's not winter in the US or Canada. But if you have if you play soccer, if there's something you do that is an equivalent calorie burn or more, then I recommend that you replace the cardio with something you love, because cardio doesn't have to be a life sentence. And that doesn't mean taking the easy way out. You know what I mean? The summation of how far you're going to come over the 6 weeks is basically a calculation of how much time you're going to spend being uncomfortable, and how well you get comfortable with being uncomfortable, and that has to do with everything. I'm going to talk a lot about some of the jiu-jitsu stuff, but jiu-jitsu for me, when I started, I hated it because I was terrible at it. I was always getting my ass kicked, and I still get my ass kicked every day. But the beautiful thing that I've kind of come to learn about it is that the more I'm uncomfortable and the more I'm able to kind of push my limits, and the more I'm able to work through things, the better I get at it. So the summation, if it was just that easy and we could kind of go to the gym and half-ass our workouts, and we get jacked, or into, not even jacked, but just in better shape, and we feel better and we have more confidence and we'd act better because we have more confidence and we have less insecurities, then that was a tangent. I'm going to do that a lot. Anyway, if you have something that you want to replace your cardio with, do it. 100% replace your cardio. I'm going to talk to you guys about weighing your food. There's a bunch of different thoughts on this. I do once weekly cheat meals, and I know, and there's science on both sides of the thing, but here's why. And one thing I'm going to talk about with you guys, I'm going to talk a lot about insulin and the effect that insulin has on our body. And we're going to get into insulin and ghrelin response, and we're getting into emotional hormone response. I believe in a once weekly cheat meal. I believe in preparing for that cheat meal. I believe in knowing what you're going to do going into that cheat meal. I'm going to create some movies on how to kind of prepare yourself for that cheat meal. And I believe that having that meal, having a dessert, and calling it good and shutting it down. I'm not talking about eating 20 pizzas here. I'm talking about having one cheat meal a week to reward yourself. And the reason why rewarding yourself during the week, to me, doesn't make any sense is because every time that you have a simple carbohydrate, you're going to notice that all of your meal plans are built with complex carbohydrates for the most part. Some people might have some simpler carbohydrates, but high nutrient balance in them. It's there for a reason. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that every time that you have a simple carbohydrate, it spikes your insulin level. When your insulin level in your body spikes, that's a bad thing. That tells your body to go into fat storage mode. Insulin spikes, and what goes up must come down. When it comes down, goes past baseline, your hunger hormone called ghrelin kicks in. We're going to talk about the whole process, but every time that you eat a simple carbohydrate or you eat something that spikes your insulin significantly, your body goes into fat storage mode. And the more times that you do that during a day, the less effectively you're going to be burning fat. I think that weight loss, muscle gain is highly hormone related, and insulin is one of the major hormones that influences that. So I also believe in balance, and I believe that once a week you should go out and you should be able to enjoy it, and you should be able to have a meal, and you should be able to indulge a little bit. But I also believe that you should be mentally prepared to cut that off. And I think that that's a simple skill to have, because if you don't have that once a week, then you definitely don't have that 5 times a week or 6 times a week when you're indulging. I think it's something you should hone. You're going to get good results if you weigh your food and measure your food. Same as somebody who's going to their bank account. When you're trying to figure out how much money you have, you check your balance, you're looking at your expenditures, you're calculating this, you're creating budgets. It's the same with your food. If you're trying to get in shape, I'm going to tell you guys, I don't give a crap what anybody says. In my personal opinion, food is a significant amount of the calculation and how far you're going to come. You can't do it without going to the gym, and you can't do it without putting in a good workout. But eating food that is prone to controlling your hormones and to utilizing hormones properly is the optimal way to get in shape the quickest. And that's my opinion on it. That's why we still have one cheat meal week once a week, one cheat meal day rather, not even day, my God, meal, a meal, your dinner. You replace dinner with a cheat meal, more on that later. It's important, controls your insulin levels, you control your insulin levels, and you eat within the caloric range for your goals, you're gonna win. Bottom line, that's it. Anyway, tempo of lifting, it's 16 minutes in here, so I don't want to talk too much. I'm going to start sending out more short, concise videos and then personalizing some with you guys. Number one rule of Fight Club, no, not Fight Club, Anti-Hero Fitness. Number one rule of Anti-Hero Fitness, guys, is check your ego at the door. For a lot of you guys who are going to be doing the Shreds program, it's going to be a lot of supersets. For anybody who's doing the Gains program, like myself, just check your ego at the door. Be realistic with what you're lifting, guys. Nice, slow, controlled contractions. That's what's going to help you recruit the most muscle. That's what's going to help you burn the most muscle. So adhere to that. I think it's pretty important. Check your ego at the door. You'll find your weight. It's better to move up from a weight that you can handle to a weight that you can't handle, as opposed to a weight that's more. It doesn't matter what the guy next to you is lifting. It doesn't matter. This isn't about anybody else. This is about you. And I'm telling you right now, tried, tested, true. If you do nice, slow, calculated, controlled reps, that's when you're going to recruit the most muscle fibers. You can lift heavy weights, and you'll get strong lifting heavy weights. You will get strong lifting heavy weights, but you'll also get strong lifting medium weights slowly, and you'll recruit more muscle fibers. You're going to notice there's a lot of power lifters out there. They're big, this massive spider crawling towards me. They're big, strong guys. Or no, sorry, they aren't big, strong guys. A lot of those power lifters are lifting they're like snatching like 300 to 500 pounds above their head, and they're small, because you can get strong and not necessarily get larger and not get those shapely, nice muscle heads. Some of these guys, you'd look at them, you wouldn't think they're strong, and quite frankly, they could pick your vehicle up and put it around the corner. But in order to just get a nice aesthetic size, nice lean muscle heads, nice, slow, controlled reps are the best. And we'll talk about that a little bit more in detail, but check your ego at the door, guys. It doesn't matter if you have a great 3 weeks and you gain a ton of muscle, or you lose a ton of weight and you build a ton of muscle. At the end of the day, if you get injured 3 weeks in because you're being irresponsible with your lifts and you're not taking the time to really feel the movement, you're wasting your time. You've done 3 weeks and you paid to get yourself injured, which is insane. So just check the ego at the door. You can expect a lot more videos coming. I'm sorry I talk so fast. I'm just pretty excited to do this first video. I'm really excited to have all you guys here. Feel free to suggest anything you want me to do future videos on. If you have any questions, if you didn't get your meal plan, if your workouts aren't working, if there's any issues, all you have to do is reach out to me. I've been playing a bit of catch up. I was up until like 3 o'clock last night, getting this thing rocking to make sure that I can give you guys the best experience possible. But if there's any issues, all you guys need to do is reach out to me. Anyway, thank you so much for joining Savage and Six. I'm super excited to have you guys here. We have an awesome community. Make this place yours. Post your videos. I don't care if it's fitness related or not. If you have something you do in your life, if it's interesting, if it's whatever, if it's finance, if it's fashion, if it's, for me, it's like drones. I like cryptocurrency because I'm insane, but no, it's not doing too well right now, but that's neither here nor there. Everybody has little hobbies, and maybe there's something about your hobby or something about what you do which can kind of, just be interesting, or maybe find a good article, or maybe find something funny. I don't care what it is. Make the group yours. Have fun with it. Post your stuff, and just enjoy. And mi casa, su casa. I'm so excited to have you guys here. I will talk to you soon. I'm going to start pumping out videos over the next few days. And I look forward to doing tomorrow's workout and killing it. I'll see you guys soon. Have a great night. Ciao.